Up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Superman. Yes, it's Superman.
Watching Superman as a kid, I always wondered why no one recognized Clark Kent as Superman when he was only wearing glasses. And dressing in a phone booth? That's kind of pervy. I may not have been the brightest child, but even I could tell that the people of Metropolis were not the sharpest knives. But looking back from where we are now, they look like Mensa.
I believe in hate speech. When you have hate for somebody, I am 100% into speech.
If you expect Superman to save us from the Trump idiocracy, well, you're about to be sorely disappointed. One, because there are no more phone booths. And two, Superman was a moron. Be cool. I don't mean the George Reeves or the Christopher Reeves Superman. I mean this guy, Dean Cain, who played Superman on TV. Poorly. Now he wants to reignite his 15 minutes. A dim-witted Trump acolyte, Dean Cain, instead of saving Lois Lane, wants to kidnap her and put her in a detention camp.
Hey everybody, Dean Cain here. And for those who don't know, I am a sworn law enforcement officer as well as being a filmmaker. I felt it was important to join with our first responders to help secure the safety of all Americans, not just talk about it. So I joined up. And here's your opportunity to join ICE. You can earn lots of great benefits and pay. Yet since President Trump took office, ICE has arrested hundreds of thousands of criminals.
Boy, there's a lot to unpack there. First of all, Dean Cain, he was a B-list actor at best. So where's Laura Ingraham telling him to shut up and dribble?
LeBron and Kevin, shut up and dribble.
Could it be because he's white and talking about rounding up brown people?
They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
So let's examine his bullshit.
I am a sworn law enforcement officer as well as being a filmmaker.
Dude, a filmmaker? You're a filmmaker? That's rich. That's like calling Ted Cruz masculine.
I'm pissed.
Since President Trump took office, ICE has arrested hundreds of thousands of criminals, including terrorists, rapists, murderers, pedophiles, MS-13 gang members, drug traffickers, you name it. Very dangerous people who are no longer on the streets.
All right, let's start right there, you lying sack. Since January 20th, ICE has conducted about 15,000 street arrests of immigrants who had no criminal convictions, charges, or removal orders. And as of July 1st, 71.7% of people detained by ICE had no criminal convictions, and only a small fraction were classified as high-level threats. So they need consent to be able to enter a home, but they're entering homes without warrants. And ICE is stopping people on the street with no probable cause or no due process, both which the Constitution guarantees to all persons, not just U.S. citizens. And for the record, Dean, you ignorant skin tag, Superman was an immigrant.
ICE has arrested hundreds of thousands of criminals, including terrorists.
And ICE is apprehending terrorists?
Stop the steal!
And ICE is stopping terrorists? Name one terrorist that ICE has apprehended. One. Dean? You know who stops terrorism, or used to anyway? The FBI. And who's the director right now?
I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one and reopening the next day as a museum of the deep state.
Dean Cain's pathetic attempt to be once again relevant is by adopting Trump's lies and hoping you see him as tough.
For those who don't know, I am a sworn law enforcement officer.
You know, I really believe, you don't know until you test it, but I think I really believe I'd run in there even if I didn't have a weapon.
Rapists, murderers, pedophiles.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
MS-13 gang members, drug traffickers, you name it. Very dangerous people who are no longer on the streets.
Again, only a micro fraction of the people detained by ICE have serious criminal records, but hundreds of U.S. citizens have been detained by these masked thugs in what is a gross violation of the Constitution these turd-like wannabes pretend to adore.
You can defend your homeland and get great benefits like a $50,000 signing bonus. Think about that. Student loan repayment legally, enhanced retirement benefits, and special pay for those in the field operations and law enforcement role.
Oh, you smug little prick. Trump killed the student loan relief bills, which would have allowed young people to start families and buy homes. But I don't hear a word about the dozens of Republicans who were forgiven their pandemic PPP loans that were fraudulently handed out in the first place. Not to mention the Musk, Bezos, Tim Cook, and Zuckerberg billionaires paying fewer taxes than school teachers. What about that, you cross-dressing butt plug?
But you also don't need an undergraduate degree. You can get to work right away. So if you want to help save America, ICE is arresting the worst of the worst and removing them from America's streets.
Only in Trump world do we celebrate ignorance. No degree? You're perfect for ICE. which, by the way, is violating the 250-year-old Constitution every day. You know, the one thing that actually made America great. ICE, on the other hand, has another mission, and it's not apprehending the worst of the worst. They're going after dishwashers, landscapers, farm workers, hardworking immigrants who pay into Medicare and Social Security but don't receive any of the benefits. Did you know that, Dean?
How much do you think undocumented immigrants pay into the tax system every year?
Zero?
Nothing.
Probably nothing.
Undocumented, I would guess zero. And why would they pay anything?
My guess is nothing.
Since they're undocumented, $0.
$100?
$100. 2022, they paid $96 billion into Social Security and Medicare, just undocumented.
I really don't know what to say about it.
2022, they paid $96 billion into the Social Security Medicare system.
It seems ludicrous that there would be that kind of money coming in.
You are 100% right. Given everything we've heard, it sounds absurd. It sounds insane. Just like an alternate reality, right? It runs counter to the entire narrative that we've been getting the past several years.
But I do agree with Dean that I should go after child predators.
So the connection between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein isn't new news. Trump admitted he knew Epstein for 15 years, even stating that Epstein, quote, likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. In 2021, as part of Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, it was revealed that Donald Trump lied about riding on Epstein's plane. He actually flew on it 7 times. Trump and Epstein were sued by a woman who went by the pseudonym Katie Johnson. Johnson alleged that Trump raped her at a party inside Epstein's New York home.
Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
Like, look, where's the Epstein files? Boo, can't find them. Don't exist. Like, they can get away with man.
Oh, yeah.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk.
You know, Dean Cain is actually the perfect metaphor for Trump's attack on our constitutional rights. He's that perfect combination of stupid and arrogant, a guy who actually thinks he's a character he played on TV, when in fact he's failed at everything he's done and desperately wants to be the tough guy, you know, the tough guy who America worships.
Superman himself, Dean Cain, joins me now. All right, so this is kind of a big deal for you and your career. What are you going to be doing at ICE?
And I will be sworn in as an ICE agent ASAP.
Knock the crap out of him. I'd like to punch him in the face.
When history unpeels this historical banana, Dean Cain will be the rotten fruit that best exemplifies how all this happened. Americans became lazy and believed people like Trump and Cain and their bullshit self-aggrandizing sermons, when in fact none of it's true. Our borders aren't being overrun by terrorists, but our economy is not only dependent on immigrants, undocumented or not, but these immigrants are everything the Republicans once claimed to love.
I believe in the idea of amnesty for those who have put down roots and who have lived here, even though some time back they may have entered illegally.
Immigrants are responsible for a huge portion of our GDP, and removing them along with Trump's gross mishandling of the economy guarantees a recession or worse.
Here's the response from Wall Street. Hate it.
The truth is, we don't need supermen, we just need decent men. And until then, we must be the kryptonite.
Goddamn right.
It's sitting on my desk.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Trump admitted he knew Epstein for 15 years.
Jeffrey Epstein?
Do you have no shame?
Are you not entertained?
Jeffrey Epstein?
They don't know what the they're doing. I could be a stupid person.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Tick-tock.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.